Welcome to the Wisconsin Music Podcast. Here to introduce you to the great musicians and music businesses and organizations of Wisconsin. Every week, Wisconsin Music Podcast will be bringing you great information on what's happening in the Wisconsin music world. For our music-loving listeners, we'll bring you music that you haven't even heard of yet from unique and talented artists and hear about their journey so far. You'll either hear live performances of their songs or songs from their selected discography. For our musicians out there wondering what they can do to further their recognition, we'll be calling upon Wisconsin music businesses and organizations to enlighten you on what they're doing to help further your music journey. And now, here's your host, Zach.
Hey everyone, Zach here from the Wisconsin Music Podcast. Going to do a little something extra this week. This is a call to action. We have Mark Lawson of the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts in River West. They are doing a fundraiser and they're doing a live streaming concert on November 8th at 7 p.m. So here is Mark to tell you a little bit about the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts. So Mark, tell us a little bit about the Jazz Gallery.
Thanks very much. The Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts is kind of a unique venue in the whole Milwaukee regional scene because we're a nonprofit. So we don't have to rely on cover charges and selling drinks to make a living off music. So we try to represent music that's not widely represented or even shunned in some cases at other venues. So we have jazz, which has a few good venues in Milwaukee, hip-hop, which is really struggling because people tend to think they're all troublemakers, and to be honest with you, we have no problems with them, and experimental music, which is not really commercially viable, but it's sort of a fine art music style. And we do some indie folk and other genres that need support, like women's songwriters, independent writing musicians, that they don't get to do their own stuff for whatever reason. So since we don't really have alcohol and all the usual entertainment stuff, we're more like a listening room where we present music, all those music forms, as an art form. So having the right speaker set up and the right sound system to really hear it right, I think is critical to really making the art happen the way the musicians want it to happen. And, some of the things we've never talked about is, can the hip-hop musicians, the experimental musicians, can actually use our sound system as art itself by manipulating their sounds? That's bound to happen, It's bound for them to come up with interfaces with it.
Yeah.
That's exciting and something we can't plan for because we don't understand what the capabilities are yet. But, that's kind of our place in things. So we just went through this big campaign to raise money for a new roof, which we thought we better get before we bought a new sound system. So that's all done. So this is our next step to really making the venue something really viable for years and years and years to come.
And how do people help? How do they donate money to your fundraiser?
They can either tune in to our event, which is going to be streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. They can find the information about that on our website.
And I'll put that in the details below the podcast.
And if you search those sites, like I haven't done this. I know you could find it on Facebook, but to be honest with you, I'm not that familiar with how to find a static site on YouTube and Twitch. So I know you can find it on Facebook. So our Facebook page also has all this information.
Okay.
So it's Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts, either website or Facebook, and there'll be links there. And, like any donation is appreciated, $5, or anything, these are tough times for people.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you using as your donation collection site? Is it PayPal, Venmo?
PayPal.
It's PayPal. Okay.
There will be a live link to that on our broadcast, but also on the website. So, and I imagine on our Facebook page. So we'll have live links to be able to donate.
And this is happening November 8th on Sunday at what time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock at night. Okay.
And it's it's ongoing after that. It's not going to happen overnight. We're still going to be raising money probably probably into next year. So
when are you hoping to have the system installed? By like next summer?
Yeah, next spring or next summer.
Okay.
Our goal is not that big. It's only like $15,000, which that's not really that huge.
No, not in the grand scheme of things. That's not a lot at all.
No, and from doing crowdsourcing and things like that, having everyday people like people that live in our community donating $25, $50, whatever. It's amazing how quickly you can get up to half of that or more.
All right, Mark, I really appreciate coming on and talking to me.
All right, it's a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thank you. So tune in on April 8th at 7 p.m. The links are in the description below, or you can go to their website, and their website is jazzgallerycenterforarts.org. Once again, that's jazzgallerycenterforarts.org.